All right, Ross Coulthart says that Lockheed Martin says that they have magical equipment. They have magical things. Now they're starting to talk a little bit more, some of the engineers and other things too. But let's see what Ross Coulthart says on his show on News Nation, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here, check this out.
I do believe that the 2004 Tic Tac incident had Lockheed Martin at the helm. And it's interesting to see a congressman of the status of Representative Burleson, who, of course, is a member of the Transparency Oversight Committee, making these statements. I think we can all say, watch that space. I'm certainly interested to hear more. It's perhaps opportune also to point out that in their own corporate advertising, Lockheed Martin has indicated very recently that it has magical new technology in as yet unreleased aerospace prototypes. What is Lockheed Martin talking about? I think I know, but let's just wait and see. One of the risks for America is catastrophic disclosure. Maybe this is a good time for the President and the National Security Council, and indeed blue chip defense aerospace companies like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, to seriously think about coming clean with the American public. It doesn't require the secrets of that technology to be disclosed, but the mere fact that they exist is something that I think cannot justifiably be withheld from the knowledge of the public any longer.
It drives me nuts on so many different levels. First of all, I agree with a lot of what he's saying. I really do. I think that, yeah, if they have the type of technology and they have these things, and he's being pretty adamant, as Burleson has said before, that he thinks the Tic Tac video was Lockheed Martin. There's been pushback on that, obviously, from Fravor and other people. And Coulthart still is sticking with that, but he goes more so in the fact that Lockheed Martin has advertised the fact that they have magical equipment. And then the fact that this could be a catastrophic disclosure could be the worst thing that could potentially happen. So why not just step up, say what they have? Don't give up your secrets. Just let us know, and you guys can be the ones saying it. The thing that drives me nuts, what he does often. I think I know, but we'll wait. Just say it, Ross. You do it all the time. I think I know. There's something that I could say. I don't know. That particular thing, I know where that location is. I can't say it. Don't do that. Because it's like someone going, oh, you know what? Oh, forget it. I don't want to tell you. No, what? No, I can't. I shouldn't have brought it up. No, what were you going to say? You brought it up. You got to say it. No. Don't do that. Everything else you said was great. Well, I think I know. What do you think? If you think you know and you're telling us this video, what is it? What do you think it is? I think, but I got to keep that quiet. No, don't bring it up then. Clearly, we know you know secrets. We know that you know secrets. We know that people tell you things. We get it. You're very informed. That's why we listen to you. But don't do that. You do it all the time. But this particular thing, what you're talking about here, makes sense, right? If they have this technology, if they have these things, if you have this, I did a video on it recently, that the Lockheed Martin engineer who talked about the things that they had. Is that kind of the soft thing? It's like, hey, all right, talk about it. See what kind of traction it gets. Do that. See what that happens. Put that little advertising in it. See what happens. There's only so long we can hide this stuff. They're getting closer and closer and closer. Let us be in charge of what we release. Let's do it that way. I think that that's something that they should probably do if they're going to do it that way, because someone just discovering it or leaking that stuff, why? Is it really the space race part 2 that they've kept saying that it is? If that's the case, is there this kind of calculated plan of how they're going to release information? Or are they just going to say, look, we have cracked the code and done some certain things that we have found through quantum physics and other things that has nothing to do with non-human intelligence. Has nothing to do. We have some brilliant scientists. We have our new Oppenheimer that figured this out and figured out how to do this, and we've been working on it. We didn't tell you an Oppenheimer figured that out right away. It came out later on after we did what we did. Is it the same thing here? Is that what ultimately they're going to say, whether true or not true? And hey, yeah, that was us. That stuff, we weren't ready to, that Tic Tac thing and the other stuff, we've had this technology that we've been testing, and you guys, you were impatient, but now you can be patient enough. Check this out. This is what we got. Or do they do hey, yes, we have been working with non-human intelligence. We've been working with this craft. We've been reverse engineering. We are not going to tell you exactly what it is for these other things as far as how we did it, how it works, because for national security. But we are not alone. Here are the things that we have. To me, you do something like that, that's an interesting way to do it. But I don't know if they're ever going to. Again, it's like these. It's always like these kind of short teases. That's what I'd like to see at one of these hearings, by the way, is someone who used to work at Lockheed Martin or NASA, or someone who does work there. They get that kind of whistleblower who can tell you all the details, all these things. But it goes back to the same conversation I had when I talked about Burleson and his answer about the upcoming hearing and why it's been difficult for them to get people to testify because there's no protection for these people. If someone from Lockheed Martin who's got a cushy job and doing pretty well decides to speak up against it, where are they going to go next after that? They testify, they break this thing open, and then what happens to them? Where do they go after that? Who's protecting them? What kind of benefits are they going to have? What kind of protection are they going to have? So if it's not done, that's like, what is catastrophic disclosure? Is it someone just randomly leaking something out there and putting all this footage out there that is undeniable, that they have to then say, okay, look, this is not the stuff that we wanted to get out there. This is the stuff that had we done this on our own, we wouldn't have included that. We should have gotten ahead of this. Is that going to be a thing? Or are they so secure, or are they so convinced that no one will be able to do that they'll continue to do the path that they've been doing the last 60, 70 years? I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. And again, I'll give all the credit in the world to Ross Coulthart. He's the guy, without him, he is like the lead reporter on this right now. He really is. He's the guy that's got his finger on this thing, and he's finding information out. People speak to him in the same way that they speak to George Knapp, they speak to Jeremy Corbell, and had it not been for Ross Coulthart, you would not have gotten that David Grush interview and the validity that came with it. He's instrumental in all of this stuff and how that ultimately came to that big hearing. But there's just some things that he does sometimes in the way that he kind of teases it, that I know he's a journalist and he's like, well, that's how you get people watching. I don't want that for this. I don't want that for this. What I want you to do is if you know something, if you have information, one of two things. If you know you can talk about it now, then talk about it now. If you don't know, if you know that you can't talk about it now, then don't even tease it. In the same way, nobody's called him out on this. I mean, I guess I have, but nobody's called him out in the beginning. All hell's going to break loose. And then I was corrected, and I by one of the listeners here who said, he didn't say in January. You said January. He said in the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year's over now. So to that same viewer, we got to hold that accountable, right? Because all hell's going to break loose. All hell is not broken loose. As far as the UAP topic goes, maybe in the world in general, that's true. But as far as the UAP topic goes, it's been pretty quiet. So I wonder. Put your thoughts in there, guys. Let me know. What do you make of this entire thing? Do you think that Lockheed Martin will ever reveal what they actually have? Do you think that they'll ever say, hey, yeah, look, these are the things that we have. This is how we're going to get to disclosure. We have been gatekeeping for quite a while. Or is it just going to be the same old, same old? I think I know your answer. Put your thoughts in there. Thanks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. I appreciate you. See you real soon.